before talking or making a motion. Number 4, please mute your microphone until you wish to speak. This will cut down on the echo and feedback. And probably a side note to that, when you guys do decide to speak, why don't you, if you want to say something, just raise your hand and I'll recognize you. And that way we're not talking over each other. Number 5, there's a 1-minute delay from the broadcast. Please allow time for the public to call in. And the public needs to know they need to call in early. If callers are calling in for public comments, state their name and address, and you'll have 5 minutes to speak to the commission, just like when we're here in person. And if the public and all applicants can dial the following number, 269-637-0777. Once again, 269-637-0777. To speak on any issue on tonight's agenda. Remember, please call in early, and we can have up to 5 callers queued up at any one time. So if you don't get in the queue right away, keep calling. We will take this slow so everybody has an opportunity. And once again, just a reminder, the big thing tonight is to keep your mic muted until you're ready to speak, okay? So with that, Marcia, please, we'll do the roll call.
Sam Dustin, Clark Gruber.
Here.
Larry Hynek.
Unmute.
Here.
No. Mute.
Todd Heinrich.
Here.
Michael Neese.
Here.
Rosalie Placati. George Sleeper.
Here.
Janice Barney.
We lost Janice.
Here.
Okay.
Kim Stegman.
Here. Okay. Next up, we'll have the approval of the agenda. I'll need a motion. George?
This is George Sleeper. I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda.
Is there support? Clark?
Clark Gruber. I second that.
Okay. Is there any other discussion? So how do we, so we got to do the roll call at this point for the vote.
Gruber.
Clark Gruber, yes.
Hynek.
Yes.
Heinrich.
Yes.
Neese.
Yes.
Placati.
Yes.
Sleeper.
Yes.
Barney.
Lost her.
Yes.
Oh, okay. We don't,
Stegman.
yes, we don't have her video, but we have her on speaker, so, okay. All right. Next up, we have the approval of meeting minutes, February 27th, ad hoc subcommittee workshop minutes, and March 5th, regular meeting minutes. Before we go any further, can we do them as a group, or does anybody have any particular items they want to edit on any particular set of minutes? So if not, we'll do them as a group. So I'll need a motion.
Chairman?
Yes, Todd?
Yeah, I was absent. My apologies for that, and I'm not shown on the minutes either as absent or present.
Okay. And that's for the ad hoc committee?
I apologize. No, it's for the general March meeting.
Okay,
Sorry.
I missed that. Thank you for the clarification. Any other edits? Todd, would you like to make the motion to approve the minutes with your edit?
Yes, although there's no edit on that meeting. So I'll move that we accept the minutes as presented.
Okay, thank you. Is there support? Rosalie?
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and supported. Any other discussion? Seeing none, we'll do the roll call.
Heineck,
Yes.
Heinrich,
Yes.
Neese,
Yes.
Placati,
Yes.
Sleeper,
Yes.
Barney,
Yes.
Gruber,
Yes.
Stegman.
Yes. Okay. Is everybody comfortable so far? Next up, we'll have interested citizens in the audience will be heard on items not on the agenda. Now is a chance to call in. We'll wait, 2 minutes for any call-ins?
Hello, caller. This is the Planning Commission. Can you state your name and your address?
Barry Scusa, 10 Delaware Court.
Okay. Are you calling about your item 10 Delaware, or did you have a comment not on the agenda?
I don't have a comment. Just if you have a question,
Okay.
I was told to answer.
Yep. Can you hold on just a second?
I'm on the agenda.
Yes, sir. Can you hold on just a minute?
Certainly.
There we go. Well, I don't know if we have any other callers.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, we do not have any other callers on the line at this time.
Then you can go right to
Okay. We don't have any call-ins, so we'll move to the next agenda item, which is item 6. And just as a precursor, 6, 7, 8 are all site plan reviews. So the first one is item 6 is 10 Delaware Court Shoreline Protection System Site Plan Review.
Okay, on this one, as I stated in the staff report, this is a shoreline protection system in front of 10 Delaware Court. The city also had to repair a storm water outflow that was taken away by the wind and the waves over in January. What Mr. Scusa is looking to do is add more riprap on the over top of it and backfill. And I have Mr. Scusa on the line to answer any questions that the the Planning Commission may have.
Okay, does anybody have any questions? Rosalie?
Okay, there I am. When I was reading through this, and I don't know if now's the time to ask for the question, but it says no work can be done from May 15th until June 30th because of perch larvae. How does that affect what's going to happen here?
Well, Eagle put that on the permit there, so that kind of sets them up. So when they set those parameters up, that restricts the applicant once they get all their approvals to actually do the work until that time period is passed.
Okay, so they're not going to do it. They're not going to try to get it done by the 15th, obviously. They're going to wait till after June 30th.
They would have to, now that's put in the permit. And then secondarily, typically these kind of applications come to you after they've been seen by the Harbor Commission. However, since because of the pandemic, we've had our 2 months of delay. So this still has to be reviewed by the Harbor Commission before we get all of our approvals done. And I believe it was noted in the Eagle permit that he may have to seek an approval by the Corps of Engineers. So once he gets all that in and he's outside of that parameter period, he would be free to do the work.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else?
Mr. Chairman, I have a question. This is Larry.
Okay, Larry?
What kind of material is going to be placed here?
This kind of material has, I have it right here. He's looking for approximately 100 cubic yards of large concrete riprap. And I believe the sizing is in the application. Let me see if I can find the actual size. And maybe he can answer that, because when I look at the authorized activity, it does not say the size of the concrete riprap. So if you'd like, I can get Mr. Scusa on the phone. Mr. Scusa, are you there?
Yes.
There's a question from one of the the planning commissioners. Can you tell me what size of concrete riprap you're going to be putting out there?
The same thing that Compton put over in the Delaware court last month.
Okay. Bill, you're on the line there. Bill, can you tell us what size of concrete riprap we put at the end of Delaware Court for the stormwater outflow?
That just varied in sizes, really. It didn't have like a set, it was just broken concrete varying in sizes. So like, we don't have a standard like you would armor stone where it's like 5-inch or 10-inch on that.
And how is this material going to be placed, and how is it going to be delivered to the site?
Barry, can you hear that question?
Yes.
Okay. The question is, how is it going to be delivered to the site and how it will be put down?
Yes, that's my question.
Yeah, Mr. Scusa, the question is to you from the commission. How is the material going to be put down and how will it be delivered?
By dump truck, and it will be
by dump truck and just it will.
And pushed over by equipment, by loaders.
And this will Compton's be doing the work?
Yes.
Does that answer your question, Larry?
As I understand it, then it's going to be dumped, it's not going to be placed.
Sounds like it's gonna be dumped and pushed over.
That
Not
answers
placed.
that answers my question.
Okay. Anyone else? Todd?
Yeah, I spoke with Mr. Scusa, and he said that it was going to be done like Compton's you did. Went down and took a look. It's clean, broken concrete. There's no re-rot in it. Compton's a pretty reputable company. I don't think they're going to be putting junk over the shore or over the embankment. My opinion.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? George?
Yeah, I noticed in the application, the applicant anticipated the storm water outfall repairs. It looks like that had been done, and I'm wondering, upon completion of the stormwater outfall repairs, does that impact at all the plan for going forward with the repairs?
Is that a question for Bill?
Yeah, Bill, if you can hear that, I think the city has completed our repairs at 10 Delaware. Does the city have further plans to put any riprap or any other work out there? Would this be impacted by that work?
No, it wouldn't.
Okay.
Thank you.
Does that answer? Okay.
Yeah, I'm
All
good.
right. Anybody else? If not, I'll entertain a motion. George? George?
I make a motion to approve the shoreline protection system for 10 Delaware Court, contingent upon approval by the Harbor Commission and securing permits from the proper agencies.
Is there support? Clark?
I will second.
Okay. Is there any other discussion at this point?
Yes, this is Larry.
Yes, Larry.
This is an area of high-risk erosion in our city. If you'll remember, the projects that we've approved in the past started with a geotextile fabric to create a separator between the riprap and the soil. Then we had some foundation stone, and then we had the riprap stone on top of that. As good a design as I've seen in quite some time. This project does not have that quality of design. I think this part of the city needs a quality design put up. I cannot support this design at this location in the city.
Okay. Anybody else? Rosalie?
So this question is actually for Larry. So Larry, what are you suggesting? That they do it like the other ones with the fabric stuff, and then is that what your complaint is?
I'm not trying to design it for anybody, but I think the geotextile fabric and a gradation of stone, like a mattress stone, and then the riprap above that, or whatever their stone is going to be, is necessary. At least those minimums. Because I'm not designing it for them. But those are minimum.
Okay. Anybody else? Seeing none, we'll go to a roll call vote.
Heinrich,
Yes.
Neese,
Yes.
Bakati,
Yes.
Sleeper,
Yes.
Barney,
Yes.
Gruber,
Yes.
Heineck,
No.
Stegman.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Scusa. Just to clarify, the commission has approved it contingent upon an approval with the Harbor Commission and securing the proper permits. We'll let you know when the next Harbor Commission meeting is, and we'll be in touch. Okay?
Very much.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Barry. All right, item 7, another site plan review. This one's for 15 Apache Court Shoreline Protection System.
Similar to 10 Delaware Court, we've had a lot of shoreline protection systems going along the Apache and the Beaver area. This one is being brought forward by Bob Volkers. As I've noted in my staff report, this would be another shoreline protection system and would require putting more riprap at this location. The city engineer did also note that because the city is an affected property, a license agreement would have to be executed with the applicant, Bob and Marcia Volkers. And I think that we had them on the phone, but I'm not sure if they're back there yet. But they're looking to put approximately 177 feet of large stone riprap for shore protection lakeward of the existing concrete wall. I believe that they have secured their Eagle permits, which I think are part of the packet. What they're looking to do is raise the existing seawall by an additional 4 feet, create 2 layers of concrete block. They would be removing 250 cubic yards of existing broken concrete that is lakeward of the existing wall and place it landward of the wall, and then place approximately 357 cubic yards of new riprap on geotextile fabric lakeward of the existing seawall, and then backfill as necessary to blend the existing slope into the raised seawall utilizing imported clean sand fill. That's what we received from the applicant, Bob Volkers, and he is using Peterson Environmental to assist him in this application process. I guess we'll ask IT if Mr. Volkers or his company, or his representative, is on the phone. This is Kate with the Planning Commission. You're on the line. Do you have anything?
Hi, Kate. How's it going?
Very good. Do you have anything further to say after what I've explained?
Who are we talking to?
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I have your name?
My name is Zach Vandenberg with Peterson Environmental, representing Bob Volkers.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Zach, did you hear my preface in introduction into this project?
I did not, no.
Okay. Pretty much I've run down what the application and the permit was from Eagle. I guess,
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, if you'd like to know.
Zach, we'll keep you on the line. Right now, I'm gonna inquire of the planning commissioners if they have any questions about the project, and then we'll relay those to you.
That sounds good.
Okay, so does anybody have any questions? Rosalie?
I just like hitting the buttons. I'm only kidding. When I went and looked at that, and at the end of that street, the water was coming over so high. So I see the need for, you know, a bigger seawall. Is 4 feet big enough? Did anybody? I mean, the way the waves were early this afternoon, they were obviously going over what existed. Is 4 feet enough, I guess, is my question.
Okay, Zach, did you hear the question?
I did, yeah. So right now the seawall is approximately 6 feet above the current water level of about 582.0 IGLD 85. When it gets wavy, that's when we run into issues, which is why we had the need. So in adding 4 feet, we're then approximately 10 feet above the current water level, which is pretty typical for types of shoreline protection such as this. And the other thing to note is once we place the armor stone in front of the wall, that's really going to help dissipate the wave energy. Right now, the waves are kind of hitting the wall, splashing, and causing all sorts of issues. So we're hoping that, and what we've seen in the past is that when you put the rock in front of the wall, that's really what helps dissipate the waves before they have a chance to really cause damage to the wall.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank
Yep.
you. Anybody else? Janice?
Yes, my question has to do, does the riprap start creeping lakeward to an extent where in the future it would prevent public access of walking the beach?
Zach, did you hear that question?
So right now it's proposed 15 feet out into the lake right now. Once the water levels go down, obviously there's going to be some period of time between when the rock is needed and when the waters recede enough that you're able to get around the rock. What we've seen with historic riprap is that after a period, it kind of depends on how much literal drift you have along the shoreline, but eventually the goal and what we've seen from projects from the late 90s is that those rocks do end up getting covered with sand. So it ends up being a little bit of a foredune area almost. So that's kind of the goal with this too. This is the restrictions that Eagle has is that 15 feet mark. And so that's what we went with in this case.
Okay. That answer your question, Janice?
Yes, as long as it follows the regulations.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay, seeing none, I'll let Zach go. Okay,
Thank you, Zach.
thanks, Zach.
All righty. Yep. Take care.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion. Clark?
I make a motion to approve the shoreline protection system application at 15 Apache Court.
Okay, is there support?
Second.
Rosalie?
Or-
Very support.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you were first, Rosalie. Okay, she supported it, right? Okay. Any other discussion? Okay, we'll do a roll call.
Neese,
Yes.
Akati,
Yes.
Sleeper,
Yes.
Barney,
Yes.
Heinig,
Yes.
Heinrich,
Yes.
Stegman.
Yes.
Is
Okay,
that an old list? Did all the names get rid off?
Clark. Did you get Clark?
Oh, I missed him. Sorry, Clark.
That's
Gruber,
okay, I'm right after Barney, yes.
There we go. All right, on to the last site plan review. This is for 260 Black River Street, Shoreline Protection System.
So this is at our museum docks, the city's municipal marina at the museum. This will be sandwiched in between All Seasons on the west end and then the museum campus on the east end. What we did have there is the natural shoreline. There was some riprap there, but it had been overtaken by the water levels that continue to rise. And what that did is prompt that the walkway, the only public walkway out to those docks, had collapsed and due to erosion. So we had to really hurry up and put some riprap down there with some geotextile fabric. We had contacted the Eagle, former DEQ, John Beha, and got permission to get the project done in a hurry-up fashion since we were in danger of losing other utilities in addition to the collapsed walkway. So this is the city going through that approvals process now, since it was going to be happening in May before we even had to get to this. So that is the work that is going on there that has, I believe, completed.
Okay, any questions? Clark?
I did have a question. So do we feel, and did we reach out to the neighbors to either side that this is going to work and be compatible with what they've got there, and we won't degrade anything happening on their property?
I'm not sure how much we've reached out to them because I know that they're all, the entire shoreline, really an unprotected shoreline. It's not armored. And when I say it's not armored, there's no seawalls in that area. There is some, I think, on the all-season side, but for that entire stretch where the museum also goes into, I know that they have some bags down, and I understand that they're probably going to be coming forward with a more permanent plan. What we did put down is similar to what was there before the water levels came up, so this was just kind of adding on to it. It'd be easy to tie into any further shoreline protection system that would go more towards the museum side.
Yes, thank you. The photograph is quite dramatic because when we look at the green space in front of the Jensen property, that recently has been underwater for much of the time. So I can only imagine how much water is in the area that we're going to do the work now.
Anybody else? George?
Kate, I think you might have mentioned this, but in the picture, it shows like a walkway that goes from like I think it's a bathroom to the dock. And I think that area, that walkway is gone now. Is part of the plan to actually repair that walkway so that you can go from the bathroom to the dock the way it was originally intended, it looks like?
Yes, we have, they've already started on the walkway now. The municipal marinas we're hoping to open on May 15th. And we needed to have a public walkway because that is the only public access to those docks. You can't access them through the museum campus, but you'd have to be a member to do that. So we need to have a public access for our boaters as well as access to the restroom facilities as well. So we've already undertaken, I think we are using Compton, and they've already begun building that bridge or reinstalling that bridge.
All right, thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, seeing none, I'll entertain a motion. George?
George Sleeper, I make a motion to approve the shoreline protection system for 268 Black River Street, contingent on approval by the Harbor Commission and securing permits from proper agencies.
Support.
Is there, okay, Larry supports. Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Licati,
Yes.
Sleeper,
Yes.
Barney,
Yes.
Heineck,
Yes.
Heinrich,
Yes.
Gruber,
Yes.
Neese,
Yes.
Stegman.
Yes. Okay, motion passes. Next up, we have item 9 on the agenda. It's a discussion topic. It's honorary street name policy review. And who's gonna do the lead up on this, you or Bill?
I'll defer to Bill. This is a policy that he's drafted up. I think he can do a very good job of introducing it. Bill, if you'd like to take it away.
Thanks, Kate. I appreciate that. Over the years, the city has installed many honorary street name signs throughout the city. Just one recently on Water. And it was brought to my attention, we really have no criteria for this. How one, what enacts or what actually enables it to someone to have a street name sign. I recently had somebody send me an email and that they have their mother lived in the city, but that was it. They just lived in the city. So I thought, we need to have a policy or else we're going to have these signs everywhere. So in front of the Planning Commission is a draft policy that I came up with, and I would love your feedback on it.
Okay. Is that it, Bill?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I just think we need a criteria, something that actually, when somebody is applying for one, that we have something set in place and something approved by City Council.
Okay, everybody's had a chance to review Bill's draft. Does anybody want to take or do you have any questions for Bill or any comments about it? We'll go Todd and then Rosalie. Start off.
Bill, I was curious how you decided on 5-year term for it.
I have to admit that's kind of arbitrary. I did some research online what other cities actually do, and that's just something that they have. I would suspect probably from that other city, it probably depended on the average life of a sign in that city. So it could go further out or it could go less. I mean, I would say probably it's based on that. So we could decide any year if we wanted to. for a
Thank you.
number of years.
Rosalie.
I see the process here, and the word significant is very apparent. And going back to you, Bill, with somebody saying my mother lives here, that's going to be, I think, that could be a tough call for city council. As far as, well, I think that person's significant. So is that just kind of a filler word for now, or do you have? That's really, I just think that's a really tough thing. That's so vague. And I guess that was just my comment or question.
Whoops, that's a very good question. If you look in the criteria portion, they do ask for what did they do for the community? So there is kind of I would say, an interpretation you could, but and then depending on we would get the first review at it at DPW. So I would probably ask somebody a lot of information, and to be honest with you, somebody that just lives in the city, I would deny it. And of course, they could appeal that to the city council, but then of course to the appeal, I would have to probably then reiterate to city council. But city council can always change anything, of course. But so we would get the first stab at it. But you're right. There is one person's significance is, I guess it also depends on who's writing it. If you have someone that's very articulate and a good writer, they could probably get a couple of signs up. And somebody that maybe can't express themselves enough, maybe can't. So it is, to me, depends on that.
Okay, thanks, Bill. We'll have George next, and then Mike.
Bill, my comment was kind of along the same lines as Rosalie. I would think as a city council, the criteria of significant and clearly defined contributions of the city seems somewhat vague. And I was wondering, I don't know what the application looks like, but do you think it might be an idea to have some adjacent property owners or something like that also have to have some more people other than just one person making the application, and maybe also get approval from some impacted nearby residents or property owners?
That's a very good point. I can look into that and see. I'm sure we haven't come up with an application yet. This is the first step to get the policy approved and then an application. So that is something I can look into and add in that criteria portion.
Okay, thanks, Bill. Mike?
Bill, I thought this was very well done. My question was on the up to 2 per year, per calendar year. I wondered what the frequency historically has been for us. I mean, in my neighborhood, there's quite a few streets that have honorary designations. So how'd you come up with the 2?
Again, I have to admit, I stole that from another city. So
all right. Historically, how many have we granted per year? Have we ever gotten to the point we've done 2?
No. Actually, I'm approaching actually 4 years here in July, and I've only done 1.
Very good. Thank you.
Anyone else? Janice? Clark, you're on deck.
Bill, I do want to thank you for putting some work and effort into this, and the comments, I think, are ones that we do want to consider and move the process along. The reason I'm saying this is because when I go to other cities and they do have these honorary signs, it's very confusing to a visitor sometimes. And so that you have kept the original name and then put the other honorary sign below it, I think is a good idea. But thank you for your work on this.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Janice. Clark?
I would concur, having gotten lost trying to walk around Chicago with honorary names before, it's good to know that it's just an honorarium. And I do appreciate all the work that was put in there. And I think in 12 years in council, maybe 2 or 3 times we've named a street. But once people find out it's there and it is in fact something unique, it's good to have a policy. And at some point when everyone started donating artwork, we didn't quite have a policy put together. People were a little upset when suddenly a policy arrived. Like, why didn't you have a policy before? So I think it's better to get on top of it now than wait until the end. So thank you.
Okay, anyone else? Bill, I have a question in regards to the, what I'd call like a sunset clause. Is there an expectation if an honorary sign goes up that it'll be there indefinitely, or is it once the sign deteriorates, that's it, it's no longer city's responsibility to place it?
That's where that 5-year period comes in. It does require them to reapply, but of course there's no cost to them after that. So they do have to keep reapplying. So someone will have to track this. That's probably with that 5-year, we're gonna have to track and then reach back out to those people through the application and see if they want to reapply. The $300 was just to cover the cost of fabricating the sign, and that's actually includes manpower and material.
Okay, thank you. Well, I guess unless anybody has any edits or changes to what's put in front of you, I guess you can email staff to work those in for our next review. But I don't see anything significant that came out of tonight's discussion for doing so, do you?
I think we heard some really good comments that I think Bill will be incorporating, and I'm not sure what's the next step after this, if Bill's ready to take this to council, but I think we've gotten some very, very good comments to add or to consider as part of the addition of this policy.
And one more question, Bill. If, let's say there's a new development in South Haven and they put a road in there, what is the street naming process? Because that's not necessarily honorary. That becomes a real street with a postal address. What kind of application is there for that, and is it comparable?
Well, that application, actually, that plan would actually go in front of city council, would actually be approving the names of those streets. And usually if you have a new developer coming in and he's platting something out, he's proposing those names and city council approves them. And we have to, through resolution, there's a certain actually resolution used by MDOT that we have to use, so we can actually get them on the Act 51 map. So, but there is no application other than submitting a plan for that.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, any last words on this item 9? No? Okay. All right, we'll move on to item 10, which is staff and commissioner comments. I think we'll start with staff. Kate, Bill?
Thank you. Just to remind everybody, we have you doing, well, it's now back again, Planning and Zoning Essentials on May 14th. We'll have it at 5:30. We have the entire Planning Commission expected to attend. We'll also have the materials that we are anticipating going to be mailed here. We'll have them dropped off individually to your home. If you cannot attend that, please let me know. I know that if you are able to attend the meeting with the instructor, you'll be getting a nice certificate of completion that you can have just showing your training as we've gone through this year. What we have done is we've separated it from the zoning portion that was going to be done at the same time. We just realized that on a good day, that's a lot of training. Of course, your portion was only going to be the front half. But for ease, and since everything is going to be virtual, we've set that aside for the ZBA. They'll be doing theirs, I believe, June 8th. So that's all I have to say. Oh, I guess I do want to have one other announcement. We are still working with the LEA folks for the coastal resiliency for shoreline. But as you know, the pandemic has kind of pushed everything out. We're looking at maybe doing a kickoff meeting late June, possibly into July. We've had a conversation with the LEA folks as well as with Casco Township and South Haven Charter Township. We had no desire from any of the three communities to do that right now with the way we have to do it, because we want significant public input in that process. So look to that to the middle of the summer.
Okay.
That's my comment.
Bill, Hunter, did you have anything?
Oh, nothing for me.
Okay, thank you. Let's see, I'll just call off in the order I see you on my screen. Rosalie?
Nothing really other than it's nice to see y'all. It's nice to see you. I hope everybody's well.
Okay, thank you. George?
I just want to say welcome back, I guess, to Clark. And Tim, I thought you did a great job orchestrating this meeting, so thank you for that.
Thank you. Michael?
I'd just like to welcome Clark back as well. It's good to have you back on board, Clark, and thanks, everybody.
Larry?
One more welcome to Clark. Good to have you back. Looking forward to continuing our relationships here. Thank you.
Todd?
Also, welcome to Clark. Clark, I wore this for you tonight. I wore a tie at home. Saw you on the agenda. Well, welcome back. Thank you to staff and Bill for the street naming thing. That's an interesting thing. I'm glad you're on top of that. Good to see everybody.
Okay, thanks, Todd. The return hitter here, Clark?
It's good to be back. I want to thank everybody. I look forward to bringing, I guess, as the chairman would say, bringing people back to the meetings, because I think in the notes there, they pretty much thought the only reason there were people in the audience was because I was there. I don't know why you would think that, but great job tonight with the go-to meeting. I've taken that planning commission training, and it's great to have, and it's an impressive certificate. So I am looking forward to that. But thank you all.
Thanks, Clark. Janice?
Yes, and Clark, I appreciate all your well-researched comments from the past, and I know that you'll continue down that road and your thoughtful comments as well. So I'm very pleased you decided to join us once again. And Phil, thanks for getting us all organized for this and taking time to do a little tutoring. Appreciate that too. Thank you.
Okay. Probably one thing I wanted to hit with you guys in this closing comment, some of the items that we had scheduled for our earlier agendas are probably a little more, what do I want to say, public comment will probably be really likely as opposed to tonight's agenda. And since there are probably some meaty subjects, I'm thinking possibly we might want to schedule some special meetings in between our regularly scheduled meetings and maybe just tackle those items individually. So unless you're opposed to that idea, we'll try to work up a schedule going forward that would show that. So that's my thought right now. If you have any opinion one way or the other, now I guess you'd probably tell me now so we can start work on it. But unless anybody's opposed to that idea, that's what we'll work on going forward. Okay. All right. With that, I do want to thank Phil and Jared for all their work putting this together. This is a whole new realm for us, which I think we'll do all right, but time will tell. And thanks to the rest of the staff. And with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Clark?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, is there support? Todd?
Support.
It's been moved and supported to adjourn. Any other discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Sleeper,
Yes.
Barney,
Yes.
Gruber,
Yes.
Heineck,
Yes.
Heinrich,
Yes.
Neese,
Yes.
Placati,
Yes.
Segment.
Yes. Okay, thank you, everybody. Have a good evening, and we'll send you out the next agenda pretty soon. Good night.